Hello, boils and ghouls. Welcome back. Crack open a fresh diet and join me for this headstock repair. It's more of a fingerboard repair, actually. This Thunderbird. Let's make it fly home. So there's my box full of goodies. Syringe tips. Spatulas? Yeah, spatulas. We'll go with that. Got some of my favorite knives that I've made. Palette knives, there's the word. Into palette knives. There you can see it. Say hello. Hello, glue me back, please. Alright. So here I'm filling the syringe with some tight bond to give us a nice tight bond. And that's how you do that with the syringe. And I ordered syringe tips that were way too long. Cool story, right? You can clip them off, actually, if you need to, but I'm flattening the tip, checking if it's too flat, and it still squirts out, which is what I need it to do. Taking a closer look. Don't want to get my custom neck rest dirty. Got some carnauba wax, if I can get that lid open. And we're gonna wax the truss rod nut. I go through a lot of Q-tips. And now a palette knife has pried open the crack, and I'm going to insert some glue. Ideally, I'd like it to drip out the bottom, but it wasn't, so just stick the syringe tip in the bottom and squeeze some glue into it. Try not to make a mess. Use a capillary action, and I'm checking the squeeze out to see if I can work the glue farther back, and if not, I'll try to get more glue in there. I'm going to put the palette knife in the front, kind of opening the crack towards the back, and then I'm going to squeeze some glue in there. Better too much glue than too little. So what I suspected on this, I don't think it took a hit. I think that the truss rod was adjusted too tight and it popped open. Maybe it got too hot. I don't know. Using some F-clamps. I'm getting them pretty tight. I want to see squeeze out. I can see it from here. Good squeeze out. This is the next day. Taking off the clamps. Seeing how I did. I have a good feeling though. I'm using a fishtail gouge to knock out some of that dried glue with my little hammer. It's my grandfather's hammer. Now I'm seeing if the truss rod works. Moment of truth. Not that it works, well, that I didn't glue it, number one. Number two, that the crack doesn't pop open. And we're all good. I forgot. Customer supplied me with hip shot bridge. Customer and a friend. What's up, Dustin? The thing about these upgraded bridges is they make a world of difference. The ones that come on those 3-point, the saddles are they just fall out. So what Dustin said is a string popped and then he put the bass, elsewhere for a second, then like a week later came back to it and the saddle was gone. That's what happens. They're not held in with anything. And there's not a good tone transfer either. So these bridges like this Hipshot and a few other companies that make it a huge upgrade. It just feels serious like right away. Just getting some of that dried glue off. Doing a little polishing too while I'm at it. Gonna go with some power slinkies. Gluing in that nut. Doing some restring action. Sounds good. Now I'm touching up that little nick, because why not? Then we're going to do the setup. Final setup. It's the final setup. Hammering some frets. That's a trick I learned a while back. You can cut down on the setup time and chasing your tail just by starting with those frets and seeing if there are any high ones you can just reseat with a hammer. Why not, you know? Instead of telling the customer, oh, you're going to need a fret dress, and, you know, it just takes a second, so I'll just do it. Getting the outer strings right, and then using the radius gauge to match the rest. That's my style. Others don't do that. They just do it by feel. That's cool too. If it's your instrument, you have the luxury of doing that. You're not going to yell at yourself when it starts to buzz. All right. Yeah, that bass rocks for sure. And thank you so much for watching. That's Dustin with his bass all glued up. He dug it. Thanks for letting me do it, Dustin. I'll see you guys next time.